In my AU, Regulus is not trans. Gilly is mainly platonic. Um, it's not actually like a relationship, except from first year, James's first year, where he's actually has a crush on Lily, and he just blurts it out to everyone. The rest of the time, he is platonic. He does flirt with her a lot, and everyone thinks that they should be together, but Lily knows that it's platonic and he's only joking. He's not actually in love with her. And then basically everything normal, except from when they're with Regulus's death. Regulus tells Creature a full plan, and then says that Creature cannot tell his brother. So as soon as Creature gets the necklace, he immediately teleports to James, who gets and tells James what has happened, and then James gets Pandora and him, and Creature teleports them both to the cave, where Pandora uses a spell to get the Inferi, I can't really pronounce that word, away from Regulus, and James goes in the water to get Regulus. But Regulus says to them, look, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that you saved me, but everyone has to think I'm dead, otherwise the Dark Lord is going to come after me and kill me. So James buys this house without his parents knowing, and lets Regulus live in the house and and he visits the house a lot. And then Pandora obviously knows that Regulus is alive, but she's trying to find a way to break open the Horcrux to get the Horcrux out. She doesn't do it. Does end up dying from it. However, Regulus is really sad about this. But in all this time, Sirius doesn't know that his brother is alive. And Regulus says, look, Laura's dead, and everyone thinks I'm dead as well. James, you've got to pretend to date you. You've got to convince Lily to date you. Because otherwise, because you have to pretend like you've moved on with your life. So James agrees to it after completely convincing Regulus, after Regulus completely convinces him to. And then they move into the same. Then obviously after Hogwarts, they move into the same house that James put Regulus in, and there's this like hidden bedroom and that and stuff under the house that was untouched by Voldemort when he destroys it. And then comes the night that Voldemort goes to kill them. Regulus finds this out and goes up and tells James and Lily, and Lily tells her parents. James tells his parents, and in front of each other. And Lily's father says, "No, your son's got to have someone to keep. If he lives, he's got to have someone." So, Lily's father says, "I'll go in James's place. I'm sure you've got this like potion that allows you to transform into other people. I'll go in your place, James." But yeah, so he says that, and then the night that Voldemort actually goes to kill James, Lily, and Harry, Lily's father has taken the Polyjuice potion, and Voldemort knocks on the door before they have time to get James and Harry in a safe spot. So he runs into this kind of wardrobe thing that Harry's got and hides in that. And then he hears downstairs Voldemort's spell of Avada Kedavra, and then goes upstairs and hears Lily and sees through the door, gap in the door, Lily screaming and collapsing. He can see Harry's crying, and he's about to jump out to like try and sacrifice himself for Harry, when as soon as Voldemort says it, obviously, it bounces back on him and he dies instead. So, very complicated. But then he goes to get out and realises his son's still alive, and he's like, oh my god, my son's alive. But then he gets knocked unconscious by the spell bouncing back. And then Regulus goes upstairs and goes to get James and Harry, and then he hears a door open. So he's like, oh my god, I have to hide. So he goes in the same hiding spot as James. Don't know how there's enough room in the wardrobe for 2 people and clothes, but oh well, we're ignoring that. And obviously you see the whole thing with Severus's memory. That's still the same. But then Severus takes Harry and says, right, let's get you to Hagrid. So he goes downstairs, gives Harry to Hagrid, then they all go off. And then Regulus eventually wakes up James. They go out the house, but then they knock over this light and kind of set the house on fire. So they grab as much as they can and just like leaves. Then obviously Regulus they haven't heard the news about Sirius being in Azkaban yet. So in James's mind he's like, okay, Sirius has Harry, so let's go to Sirius. He'll know he should have Harry, so let's just hope that he hasn't heard that I'm dead yet. So he does that, and Regulus transforms into his Animagus and a black cat, and they go to Sirius's house with where Remus is. Then they knock on the door. James knocks on the door. Remus opens it and he's like, "Oh, hi, Remus. Where's Harry? Yes, I'm alive. Do you know where Harry is?" And after Remus gets over the shock of the fact that James is alive, he's like, "No, he isn't here. He's meant to be with Sirius." And then they all go into the house. Then Remus gets another knock on the door. So Remus alone goes to answer it, where Dumbledore tells him the news of of Sirius, saying Harry has gone to live with his aunt and uncle of Lily's side of the family. Then kind of just disappears, goes back to Hogwarts. So then Remus relays the message back to James and James and cat version of Regulus, and it's like, that's not right. Remus would never do. Sirius would never do that. He's like, well, that's what they said. So they have no idea who it is, but they think that Peter is dead. But they just know it's not Sirius. It can't be Sirius, even though he's in Azkaban for it. Then Remus goes, well, I don't know where you're going to live. You can't live here. People are going to come here a lot and they're going to obviously know to check. So I don't know where you can live. And then James gets an idea. Oh, we can go buy a fake name and live in Hogsmeade. Then we can wait until Harry's grown up and goes to Hogwarts, and then we can just go and make sure he's alright. So for some reason Remus agrees to the plan, and that's how that happens. And then so they grow up and they can't go to any wizarding things because everyone assumes that they're dead. Then Harry goes to Hogwarts, and let's just skip to 6th year. Everything's normal. Remus is going back to tell James and Regulus everything. And let's skip to 6th year, back to when Sirius is meant to die. Regulus goes into this Death Eater outfit and goes with the other Death Eaters to the Ministry of Magic. And basically he's hiding. It's he's blending with the Death Eaters but trying very hard to hide who he is so that he can just make sure Harry and Sirius are alright. Bellatrix does do the Avada Kedavra curse to Sirius, but Sirius just goes, not Sirius, Regulus, bounces the curse off him to the wall without anyone noticing, and hits Sirius with an Expelliarmus spell, and he falls into the veil, but basically Regulus grabs him from the veil, at the top of the veil, pulls him backwards, and basically apparates to Hogsmeade. Then Sirius has the shock of finding out his brother's alive when he wakes up. And they heal him, they do nice little stuff to him, and then we'll skip to the Wizarding War, because why not? And in the Wizarding War, they are... Regulus is undercover as a Death Eater, and Sirius and James are just hiding in the shadows. And then all of a sudden, we have the deleted scene from of Draco running and throwing Harry his wand when he wakes up, and just as Harry wakes up, throws the curse at Nagini, bounces off, and then Regulus shows, "Oh, I'm still alive, and I'm gonna help my stepson-ish person in defeating basically my old boss," kind of. Yeah, he has that. And then oh god, I forgot what I was going to say. So then they all have the shock of their lives. At this point, Remus is presumed to be dead. He's not dead, he's unconscious. In my AU, he's not hit with an Avada Kedavra curse, he's hit with an Expelliarmus curse. I know they all hit with Expelliarmus spells, not curses, but let's just go with it. It makes them go unconscious if it hits a person directly, so let's just go with it. And then... yeah, so then James and Sirius come out from the shadows and goes and fights alongside them. They have a happy ever after. Harry finds out that he has a dad, and yeah, and Stuart has got as father or whatever. And yeah, now we'll go to the main part of my AU where it includes Pansley. Is Harry's sister, but she was hidden in the invisibility cloak when given to Dumbledore. So she's literally just sitting on the desk, and then Dumbledore realises, oh my god, I've got a baby here. Don't know where that came from. Let's just give you to a random wizard. Doesn't even bother to find out whose parents she actually is. So, yeah, I might change my AU slightly. She never knows that she's brothers, siblings to Harry until after the war. I might change the AU slightly so Regulus comes back when Dumbledore's about to die and he kills Dumbledore instead of Draco. I don't know yet. I haven't entirely decided that bit. But, yeah. I know this is long and irritating, but we're gonna go with it.